Ronda Rousey went 12-0, finished every opponent in the first round.
Ronda Rousey, we know how quickly she's been finishing her opponents. Last 4 fights have lasted an average of 32.5 seconds.
Well, what makes me so confident that I can win is I'm the greatest fighter in the world. I'm better than every other girl in every area of MMA. MMA striking is different, and I think I'm the best at it.
And became the biggest female athlete in the world. Then Holly Holm kicked her head off, and she retired after one more knockout.
Holly Holm is the new UFC Bantamweight champion of the world! Oh my God, unbelievable!
Here's how the baddest woman on the planet disappeared in 2 fights. February 2013, UFC 157. Ronda Rousey makes her UFC debut against Liz Carmouche. She's the first woman to ever fight in the octagon. The crowd is watching history, but nobody's ready for what's about to happen. 4 Moosh taps. The crowd erupts. Women's Ronda Rousey? She just became inevitable. But 2.5 years, Ronda Rousey wouldn't just win fights. She'd end them before they start. And the world would watch a woman do something nobody thought was possible. December 2013, UFC 168, Ronda Rousey versus Miesha Tate 2. Their first fight went 3 rounds. This time, Miesha promised she'd figured Ronda out, promised she'd be ready for the armbar, promised it would be different. It wasn't different. 14's fight over. The look on Miesha's face said everything. There was no figuring Ronda out. You either survived or you didn't. Between 2013 and 2015, Ronda Rousey defended her Bantamweight title 6 times. Every single finish came in the first round. Most didn't make it past 60 seconds. This wasn't fighting, this was extermination.
Ronda Rousey is the new Strikeforce Women's Bantamweight champion!
Well, what makes me so confident that I can win is I'm the greatest fighter in the world. I'm better than every other girl in every area of MMA. MMA striking is different, and I think I'm the best at it.
But critics still doubted. They said she was fighting weak competition, that the division was shallow, that she hadn't faced a real striker. Then the UFC gave her one. An undefeated Brazilian with knockout power, and Ronda made her look like an amateur. February 2015, UFC 184, Ronda Rousey versus Cat Zingano. An undefeated contender, a wrestling base, knockout power, and a game plan designed specifically to avoid the clinch. The world wanted to see if Ronda could finish a complete fighter. The bell rings. Cat Zingano's game plan lasted exactly 14 seconds. The undefeated contender didn't land a single strike. Rousey broke her arm and her will in less time than it takes to tie your shoes. This wasn't competition. This was performance art. The media called her a superhero. Cover of Sports Illustrated. Appearances on SNL, Ellen, magazine covers worldwide. Ronda Rousey transcended MMA. She became the face of women's combat sports, the most famous female fighter on the planet, invincible. But there was one fight left, one opponent who could cement the legend forever. Bethe Correia, a trash talker who'd beaten Ronda moving to Hollywood full-time. And she delivered it in the cruelest way possible. August 2015, UFC 190, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Bethe Correia's home country. 45,000 fans packed into the arena. Correia had spent months taunting Rousey, talking about her father's suicide, making it personal. Ronda walked to the cage looking like unstoppable, untouchable, untouchable. You start to believe your own hype. You stop evolving. You surround yourself with yes men who tell you you're perfect. Wonderful. It's permanent. November 2015. Holly Holm, the woman who would end everything. November 2015. UFC 193, Melbourne, Australia. 56,000 fans pack into Etihad Stadium, the largest UFC crowd in history. They came to watch Ronda Rousey destroy Holly Holm. Another arm. But something was different. Rousey looked off, edgy, aggressive. She'd spent the entire fight week acting strange, refusing to touch gloves at the weigh-ins, staring down Holm with anger that felt forced. This wasn't the focused Ronda from the Correia fight. This was someone trying to prove something. For years, Ronda's coach Edmond Tarverdian had been telling her she was the best striker in women's MMA. that her boxing was world class, that she could knock anyone out. He was wrong, dead wrong, but Ronda believed him. Holly Holm was an actual world champion boxer. 33-2-3 in professional boxing. Multiple title reigns, technical, precise, patient. Everything Ronda wasn't. But Edmund convinced Ronda she could stand and trade with a pro boxer, and Ronda listened. The game plan should have been simple. Take Holm down immediately, use the clinch, get the armbar, end it in 90 seconds like always, but instead, Ronda tried to box. And from the opening bell, everyone watching could see it. Ronda Rousey was in trouble. For 4.5 minutes, Holly Holm picked Ronda apart. Jabs, leg kicks, movement. Ronda kept charging forward with her chin up, hands down, throwing wild punches that hit nothing but air. And in the crowd, you could feel it. The aura was cracking. The invincible champion was human, and she was losing. Round 2. 1 minute 59 seconds in. Rousey is exhausted, frustrated, bloody. She stumbles forward one more time, trying to land that one big shot. Holly sidesteps, measures the distance, and throws a perfect left high kick. The kick lands flush on Ronda's neck. Her eyes roll back. Her body goes stiff. She collapses face first into the canvas. Holly follows with 2 hammer fists and the referee dives in. It's over. Ronda Rousey, the most dominant champion in UFC history, is unconscious. The crowd goes silent, then erupts. Ronda lay there face down on the canvas, blood pooling beneath her. For 12 fights, she'd been untouchable, invincible, inevitable, and in one kick, all of it evaporated. The aura was gone. The mystique was dead. The baddest woman on the planet just got knocked out cold.
Beautiful. She's hurt. She's in trouble. She's hurt. Holly looking to finish. Holly is the new UFC Bantamweight champion of the world. Oh my God. Wow. Unbelievable.
But the kick wasn't the worst part. The worst part was what came next. The silence. Ronda Rousey disappeared. No interviews, no social media, no explanation. She went into hiding, and when she finally spoke, the world learned just how broken that kick had left her.
I'm still undefeated because being defeated is a choice.
February 2016, 3 months after the loss, Ronda Rousey appears on Ellen, and what she says stops the world. Ronda admits she thought about suicide, that she'd spent hours in the medical room after the fight thinking about killing herself, that the loss hadn't just broken her physically, it broke her mentally. The woman who'd been invincible couldn't handle being human. The world responded with sympathy, but also doubt. Could Ronda come back from this? Should she?
We all kind of wanted to see if she could return to being the person that she was before the Holly knockout.
What is this pounding in my chest?
The sport had evolved. Actual strikers were entering the division. Women who'd trained, striking their whole lives. Ronda's judo and arm bars weren't enough anymore, and everyone knew it. Except maybe Ronda. For a year, Ronda stayed away. Training, healing, trying to rebuild. The UFC waited for her. They needed her. The women's division needed its star back, so they gave her an immediate title rematch. Not against Holly, who'd lost the belt. Against the new champion, Amanda Nunes.
But she went in there against Amanda Nunes and could not for the life of her defend a 1-2.
A knockout artist even more dangerous than Holm. December 2016, UFC 207. Ronda Rousey returns after 13 months away. The arena is packed. The world is watching. This is her redemption story, her comeback. Her chance to prove the Holly loss was a fluke. Instead, what happened next was worse than anyone imagined, and it would be the last time Ronda Rousey ever fought. 48 seconds. That's how long it took Amanda Nunes to end Ronda Rousey's career. Not figuratively, literally. Because after those 48 seconds, Ronda never fought again. The bell rings. Ronda charges for her footwork is non-existent. This isn't fighting. This is target practice. 48 seconds. Nunes lands a final combination. Ronda collapses against the cage. The referee jumps in. Fight over. The crowd is stunned. Ronda Rousey, the most dominant female fighter in history, just got destroyed in under a minute.
Nunes' hands are down. She's walking Ronda down. She tagged her again.
I just think that Amanda had a complete disregard for Ronda's ability to strike after watching her fight Holly Holm. She just got completely just ran through by Amanda Nunes.
Wow.
Again, Ronda didn't speak after the fight. No interviews, no press conference. She left the arena immediately and disappeared again. But this time, she never came back. No official retirement announcement. No farewell speech. She just vanished. The baddest woman on the planet was gone. So what went wrong? How does someone that dominant fall that fast? The answer isn't just about striking, it's about evolution, or the lack of it. Between 2012 and 2015, Ronda Rousey was years ahead of the competition. She was an Olympic medalist in judo fighting women who just started training. Her grappling was so advanced that she could armbar anyone before they knew what hit them. But while she was doing movies and magazine covers, the division caught up. Holly Holm wasn't just a striker. She was a decorated boxing champion who'd trained striking for 20 years. Amanda Nunes was a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt who could knock people unconscious with one punch. These weren't beginners, these were complete fighters. And Ronda's judo-only game plan didn't work anymore. But here's the deeper problem. Ronda never fixed the holes. After the Holly loss, she went back to the same camp. The same coach who'd told her she was a world-class boxer. The same yes men who'd never challenged her. She spent 13 months training the exact same way, expecting different results. That's not preparation. Ronda Rousey had become predictable. And in MMA, predictable means finished. So after 2 brutal knockout losses in 13 months combined, Ronda disappeared into WWE, movies, and motherhood. But the question remains, what's her legacy? Does the fall erase the dominance? Or does the dominance justify the fall? Here's the truth. Without Ronda Rousey, women's MMA might not exist in the UFC. Dana White said for years that women would never fight in the octagon. Ronda forced him to change his mind. She proved women could sell at pay-per-views. She proved they could headline stadiums. She kicked down the door for every woman who came after her. Amanda Nunes, Valentina Shevchenko, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, Weili Zhang. All of them fight in the UFC because Ronda proved it was possible. She wasn't just a champion. She was a pioneer. And pioneers don't get to retire gracefully, they get arrows in their backs. But the fall was brutal. 2 knockout losses. Combined time, 59 seconds. From invincible to finished in under a minute. That's the cost of staying too long. That's the price of believing your own hype. That's what happens when evolution stops and the world moves on. As of 2024, Ronda Rousey is in WWE, retired from MMA, and has never spoken publicly about a return. She's a mother, an author, an actor, everything except a fighter. Because after those 2 losses, there was nothing left to prove. The baddest woman on the planet became just another memory. Ronda Rousey proved women belonged in the octagon. Then she proved even legends can fall in seconds. 12 straight first-round finishes. Then 2 straight first-round losses. That's not just a fall, that's a warning. Evolve or disappear. And Ronda chose to disappear. Ronda Rousey went 12-0, finished everyone in the first round, and became the face of women's MMA. Then 2 head kicks ended it all in 59 seconds combined. But the cycle never stops. Another fighter once had a 19-fight win streak, 5 title defenses, and looked unbeatable for years. His name was Kamaru Usman, and 1 kick with 56 seconds left changed everything. That story is next.